live with Ambrose. Today, we're looking at what is also happening globally around the world. And I will tell you that the global stock market remained mixed as US and Europe stock opened higher this morning to signal recovery after last week's heavy sell-off. Just as fear of a rate hike by central banks across the globe could spike up a global recession. This is what is also setting panic in the market. Yes, we can see 2 days recovery in the matured market, especially in US and Europe where stock. We can see that they are looking up. Even in Asia, some of them, and also in China, we can see a mixed trend there this hour. But I will tell you, despite this trend, we have that investors should also be very careful because the central bank are trying to kind of checkmate or fight inflation, but this is not also telling good of the outlook for the economy. But as we speak, I'll tell you that the oil price has also rebounded slightly after touching as low as 112 yesterday. That rebound to trade as we speak now at 115.8 per dollar per barrel at this hour. It tells you that you can see the movement of this oil price up and down, and I tell you that is why there are many countries that are into oil producing. Yes, nations as the OPEC members will expect that this crude oil price will support their economy, but as the global threat of a recession is not going to leave any continent untouched. That is why you can see that the fear of the global expected global recession is also kind of impacting or kind of influencing the oil price also. But as we speak now, oil price have rebounded slightly. As I said, trading around the $115.8 per barrel at this hour is good for the market, but also we not also know what to do at this hour. Like I will say that as an investor, navigating this inflation environment require a diversified portfolio. I mean a diversified portfolio. That means if you have your portfolio, if you have those stocks that have a growth potential, if you have those stocks that are defensive, also those stocks that are also that undervalue that will lead recovery at any moment. This one you have to have a diversified portfolio. You have stocks that will be in your portfolio. At the same time, if you are playing even a fixed income market, you have to diversify your portfolio. You are not going to put all your funds in the fixed income market or in property. You have to also diversify your portfolio. But if you are using stocks to diversify your portfolio, you have to have what we call growth stocks and also undervalued stocks and those stocks that are defensive, so that when the market rebounds, those stocks will know that they are undervalued and those stocks that will lead the recovery will also be in your portfolio as we speak now. Two, take advantage of what of naira cost and cost averaging. When I mean that before going to to investment, look at your plan. Let's say guide you. Let's say take advantage of naira cost averaging. You need to know now that stocks are pulled back. You need to look at what they can get more. One will get more units because price have gone down. You can buy through them because you can get more units at this point. You need to take advantage of this pullback we are seeing in the market too. Also understand what we call market timing and season. Understand market timing and season to grow your hard-earned money in any market cycle. But I think that in this kind of environment, if what it is knowledge that you have that will go a long way to help you. If market is pulling back, people are panicking. Why some are taking advantage of that to do their work? Seeing a sector, seeing a company, seeing an industry that have become controlled, that have declined to a level that you see that sector will not go beyond that, and that is where you are accumulating. Don't forget that when the market also will pull back in 2020, around March and April, people were scared, people were so there, but people that smoke that stomach courage that also enter at that bottom, consider what market are taking them. They have made money. That's why you need to calculate market by timing it to know exactly what to do at the right time. Now that any season around, what are you going to do? And that is why I said you should not miss out the coming master class. We're going to take advantage of price correction we're seeing, and also positive sentiment we're seeing in some sectors, and positive fundamental news to take advantage of this correction in some sectors where we expect that we will see a better number as we're looking forward to see the half-year result of this company. That's why I say mark a date with that, with the master class coming up July 12th, so that you can take advantage of the market to make what to create wealth for yourself. But before we go into the market, I want to look at what we call true strength indicator today. I know why I'm looking at it because you can see what I've just the chart we are seeing here. You can see how the market moves up to here, try to correct. Market is also going down today. You can see it's in red already. But you want to look at this what we call a true strength indicator that tell you when strength in the market and when strength is also leaving the market. You can see where the market also take advantage here when the market pick up from this after market have kind of consolidated from here to here. This is more than almost 4 to 5 months from here to this place. Market was consolidating, maybe not going up, but at this point it break out. When it break out, you saw at the index action is going up. You can see that here there's a cross here, up here, down, up. Before you give a sign here, that coming down. Even when the market was up here, the relative the true strength is that market has gotten weak already. That's why it's coming down. You can see even when you try to side trend at this point here, it's still coming down. Before it finally, you can see where it is going now down. And once it cross also this black dotted line here, it tells you that the strength in the market is very very weak. That's why you can see a bearish what a bearish trend as we speak. But let's hear how to use this indicator that I just shared now. I believe I'll discuss it in one of the class before now. But today let's just do a refresh of what we have discussed earlier so that you understand how to use this indicator. I said the true strength indicator, which is an oscillating oscillator that fluctuates between the positive and the negative territory. As with many momentum what indicator, just like what we saw in other momentum like MACD and all those stuff, we see the histogram. This also is a momentum indicator that moves between negative and the positive territory. As with many other momentum indicators, the central line, we can see that the central line defines the overall bias. The bulls have the momentum edge when what we call the true strength index is positive, and the bears have the edge when it is negative. You can see here when it cross here, the bull is having an edge. You can see where it's going. But now you can see here, it also tell you that what we are seeing now is a sign of weakness in the market as a bearish, a negative trend, and also that's why you are seeing the bearish move. You are seeing the correction coming down for all this while. Then also, as with the what we call percentage price oscillator, a single line can be also applied to identify the upturns and also the downturns. Signal lines across the over are also what we use. Like what I told you, this is a signal line crossing over. Also, however, quite frequent and also require further filtering with other technical tools. And also, you draw your trend line. You know how to read chart. Also, like looking at this chart here, you can draw that so that you understand not only using the indicator, you can also combine with other chart. That's why as a chart leader, you need to understand how to use your trend line and also other indicators. Also look forward the bullish and the bearish divergence in the trend as well as you are watching and also as you are studying the trend to know where there is a reversal. However, keep in mind that divergence can be misleading at times, but once you use your indicators and also use other to confirm and with your trend line, it become clearer for you. That is why you need to know how to use all these indicators. And I always say that if you don't have knowledge of indicator, get Investdata, what we call a Investdata technical toolbox that will teach you how to use all the indicators individually so that you can know how to apply them. The one that that resume with you, the one that easily you understand, can easily use. You might not use the one I'm using, the one that you understand, you can interpret easily, you can go ahead and use it so that when you are trading, it becomes simple. That's why trading to be made simple and not complicated. What you understand to trade, do that, and don't say because that is using social indicator. The ones that you understand and are simple to you to read, use it for easy understanding and for you to take quick action and also for you to also protect your fund, your portfolio. That's why we are using indicator to trade, to monitor what is happening. That's why you can use indicator to manage risk and take time to manage your portfolio to know exactly what is happening and when to sell and when to buy. That's why your stop loss, I always say, must be always in position when you are trading. And also take away emotion away from your work, from your trading. Now, using a true strength indicator is somehow unique because it tracks the underlying price quite well. So that in other words, the oscillator can capture a sustained move in one direction or in the other direction. The peak or the bottom of the oscillators often capture the peaks and the bottom in the price. You can see the peak and the bottom in the price, it will help you to capture it easily. In this regard, chart readers can also draw a trend line, as I've said earlier, a trend line that will guide you and mark what your support and resistance level at any time. This is very important. Your support and level, you will use it to know exactly where it's happening. Like now the market is correcting, this time for you to reach your support level, your T line, and also your Fibonacci to know exactly where the market is going to get and before it bounce back. You can see what the market is doing now. You can see there's a line here. If you look at it here, it's a strong line about 50,700 and something. But you can see once you break it down, That's another journey. But it's also there's another support level here. Can be watch, can be watching all this to see where the market is likely to get and also bounce back. And how often also from here today is 21st, when will end of the quarter positioning by four managers take place? Also, where are they trying to position for for Q2 number or half year number? The interim dividend paying companies, when are they trying to when will the market start looking at it so that the trend will change? These are the things we'll also be looking at to see where you see volume coming down and the buying position increasing. Then you can see that the market is about to roll to make a good turn at that particular time. That's why it's very good for you to use your resistance and support level, draw your trend line at any given time so that you know exactly what you are doing. Also, when the trend line breaks well out of the line or cross also across the line, it will also give you a signal, and that signal is what also will go a long way to help you to know whether it's a buy signal or what or a sell signal. Once you're able to do that, you are good to go. Yes, let me run it up by giving you how to use it easily. Across up through the T line, red line or the red line crossing the blue line signal a bullish trend. In that, it also suggests that price has gone up far and up. But if it crosses down, it shows that there's a trend line also suggests that price is also bearish trying to go down. If you want to really learn more about these indicators, you need to also subscribe or you get the video, as I said earlier, Investdata, tell this Investdata technical tools, get it and get how to use this. These indicators make it easier for you to read what is happening in the market. You can see that the trend here, you can see it up here, but you can see now it's coming down at this point. This is how to read what the indicators whenever you want to use them. The one that really you understand, go ahead and use it freely without much problem, and that will make it easier for you to get what you want from the trading. Yes, we want to know the state of the market as we speak this hour. At current hour, I'll tell you that the market has also extended its decline phase. As market trade at 50,544.63. Means the market has lost this morning, or market is down by 213.11 basis points. Represents about 0.42 or 41% at this hour. Market is still on the downtrend. People will say market is bleeding, but I'll tell you market is still on the correction mode, pulling back to find a strong support level before a reversal. And market is also waiting for a trigger in terms of what market will feed on. Like I said, that price feed on earnings and other information. Once those positive come to the market, I can see that the matured market in the last 2 days are trying to frame up again, recovering from the last week, the previous week pullback. Let's see, our market is also correcting. Let's see when we're going to pull back. But keep your eyes on your indicators, keep your eyes on the chart. That will tell you exactly what is happening in the market. Don't just look away. Don't just assume. Always look at it. Like I say, price action or index action is very, very important. As we speak now, we're having a negative market breadth. We're having 15 losers, as we speak, while 6 gainers, on the gainers chart. This, as we speak now, if you look at the loser part or chart, is top. Is led by what? Boa Food is one leading, followed by Dapor Gold, Jais Bank, Charms and what and Regency Insurance. Other companies on that category, you can see FBN Holding, can see International Brewery, USCN, Waco, UBA, and Wando still on the what on the loser chart. But if you look at the top 6 gainers, as I said, it's led by what the welcome Miss Oil, Arrow, MRS, is one leading, followed by NACO. You can see Owando on that. You can see UCAP on that category, and GT Co, followed by also Steplat. These are the stocks that are topping the gainer chart. But don't forget that volume, I said, is what the market feed on, even the price feed on to see the movement, what will push it either up or down. The number of the volume give kind of a momentum or kind of push or force that will pull the price up. As we speak now, the stocks that are leading in terms of volume traded now are UBA, GT Cool, Transcorp, that we're seeing International Brewery, and Zenith Bank. These are the 5 top stocks in terms of volume as we speak now. But now, before we go to look at the index, we want to look at what is happening in UBA. I see UBA, these days, topping in terms of volume. What is happening in Transcorp, in GT Code. Look at what is also happening in MRS. They abandoned this morning. NACO, yes, NACO, they marked down date for the bonus and the 40 people dividends around the corner. Look at it. Also, let's look at how far Jais Bank will go at its correcting at this moment. For Bar Food, it's time for me to also can look at it. Let's look at this 5 or 6, 7 stock in terms of their performance at this hour. But first of all, look at what is happening in the market. Yes, as we speak now, let's call other indicators. Yes, let's take only the T line to join this our true trend to work for today. Let's look at our T line and money flow. These are the two ones we are going to call up to use today. T line and money flow to see whether fund is entering the market or fund is leaving the market. We'll see when we look at the charts. Yes, I've seen the our T line is already here. The blue line with the price and next action. You can see that the market is below the T line, telling the market is bearish, is correcting. But if you look at the money flow at this point, you can see that it's trying to look up here. You can see very here. Look at this very here. No, you can see, but still below 50 point, reading around for 32, 31. You can see here. This for a day chart. But let's quickly look at what is happening on our chart. That will give us, a good position what is happening in our chart. On hourly chart, you can see kind of see here, but down here you can see that the market is also below the word the T line. From here, market trend the T line, trying to resist the line here, but still we have not seen a clear direction. You can see here, this our true trend has showed us that the market is weak and bearish. You can see on the weather it's below the dotted line, and you can see it's looking down seriously. Tells that there is no strength at all in the trend on a daily chart. You can see money flow flat here. You can see it very easily and clear that the market is waiting for a trigger. Market is weak. Despite what is happening in the market is still very, very weak at this moment. Let's just keep our finger crossed on what is happening and see when market will turn, reverse up, will turn up again, rebound up again. But I say that with expectation of earning season, let's see how the price going to feed on them. I can see some stock trying to resist decline, but we'll see after looking at this chart today. Let's quickly look at what is happening in UBA. UBA, we are seeing volume coming up in UBA recently. Let's see what is happening in United Bank of Africa. Yes, on the day chart, the stock is still below the T line, slightly below the T line. You can see it here, the T line. Money flow showing that fund trying to enter the stock, but I'll tell you the strength behind the trend is very weak. You can see it as shown by what? Shown by the true strength indicator that the strength return this week is very weak, and that's why you can see that it's below what the T line. You can see when it was up and strong, you can see a cross here and a move up, but now tell that the strength is weak, and also you can see that from here to this point, you can see that the price action has been below the T line, struggling. And for me, let's watch UBA and see where it's going to rebound from any moment from now. The next one is there. If you look at the GT code, I think GT code is trading around 21 naira. Let's see what it's doing this morning and what investors should do with their position. Is it the time for them to hold GT code? GT code also, I will tell you, the trend even on the day chart is very weak. You can see it here. Like I always say for traders, when you see a confirmation that this thing break out the T line up, it's time for you to buy. But as we speak now, you can see below the T, the dotted line, tell that the trend is weak. And like you can see from here down here, that's probably a long time that this stock has been struggling. You can see it here, even the money flow, you can see has been down on it. Let's look at 1 hour chart for GT code. GT code on 1 hour chart, yes, still weak, still weak, still weak. You can see it here for 1 hour chart for a long time, still weak, but we are seeing kind of sign here. Yes, very weak, but trying to cross the red one up. That is the sign of strength coming back. But we need to confirm. You can see it here, green here, trying to, it's a sign of strength. And money flow on the 1 hour chart, like position are taking, fund is entering the stock now. You need to also watch to see how the stock will do before the close of the day. You want to look at Transcorp. Look at Transcorp. This is a 1 hour chart, flat on the below the T line. You can see it's oscillating. This 1 hour chart, you can see here, see weak. Money flow is flat here on the 1 hour chart. The chart of most of the stocks are almost the same pattern with the general market. But here you can see that there's a green line here trying to rebound on the day chart. But see money flow on the day chart is high, and see here the strength is also weak. You can see that the blue line is below the what the red line. You can see that it is weak until we see a crossover up. But let's still keep our eyes on the Transcorp. Transcorp numbers are impressive, and also like I said, if you draw your trend line here, up here, I see that that's broken it down. They try to come up. You take trying to draw the line here, draw a single line from here, here. I'll tell you, take it here. You have to touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here, and you come back and also take the line here from here, from top here. Let's say we'll catch it here down here. You can see that it has broken down. Let's see what transport. For me, reversal is very possible. I can see already a green one on the chart, but until you break out the key line up, that's where you confirm a buy situation. For me, let's keep our finger crossed in there. Then let's look at what is happening in Miss Oil. If you look at Miss Oil now, you can see that the stock is trading above the T line. For me, well, this is a D chart. You have to work carefully. Yes, you can see it still come back to cross the red one. The trend is just gathering now. The trend on the gain, you can see it just once we see it confirmed, but money flow is saying that fund is entering the stock now, and you can see the volume traded on a D chart is almost above relatively or above the average traded volume for the stock, which is also good. But let's see how far it will go. But this is a stock that will only spike once in a while. But let's see whether it will sustain this trend. But this is not really confirmation to jump into the stock. For those that are there, you can still work. But for us to play, we must see a big confirmation before we jump in. Because you can see that yes, has been a kind of resistance for the stock. Until break out before we now say yes, a new trend has come for this stock. Let's look at the 1 hour chart for this stock. Yes, on the 1 hour chart, you can equally see how the performance has been. Yes, trading above the T line marginally, but money flow is looking down on the 1 hour chart, trying to go bullish here with this trying to cross up here. But let's still keep our finger crossed for Miss Paul. For NACO, let's look at NACO and see what is happening in NACO. So let's see what is happening in NACO now. On the 1 hour chart, NACO is above the T line. You can see where it is now. Fund is still entering the stock, but the strength is just to confirm. The strength is just a sign here. You can see it figure that yes, there's strength on the 1 hour chart. But let's look at the D chart. That will make it more easier. It is now that we can see confirmation here, but still is above the line, trying to go up here. For me, it's a good one. You can see it here. You can see what is happening. This up here is what we saw this rally here, but a bit flat for money flow is looking flat now. But let's watch. Don't forget that this stock have rallied so far. Like I tell people that you don't need to wait until you start struggling to buy the stock. Who will buy the stock from you? Now there is supply and there is demand. There's demand and supply for the stock. In time for you to take profit, don't wait once the stock start making a downtrend, then you don't see who's picking the stock. For you to do that, to make effective use of the market activities now, take advantage of the buying and position that you are seeing, to take profit if you have made money. For those that enter the stock at this price, here you need to take advantage and see where it crossed over, it rally, came down, it rebounded again, up. You need to look at and money flow is also telling that fund is entering the stock. Let's see what happens. But our advice, you have made profit in the stock, don't be greedy, take advantage of correction is underway very soon. Especially when the stock is adjusted, it might come down, and that will be not be too good for those that made money that are yet to sell off their position. Let's pick one. Let's look at what is happening in the East Bank. said, this is what I've already so far in the banking sector. But now, this morning, we are seeing a profit-taking activities. Let's see how far to go in the correction or the profit activity we are seeing in the stock. Yes, on the day chart, you can see it's also try to resist the decline. You can see it here coming up, but now trading slightly on top of what the key line. And the can see sign here that trust was very slow. Money flow is looking down to show that yes, on the day chart, sellers are at work. You can see that they're selling down to take profit. You can see that the stock has remained above the T line for all this while. Profit taking now for me, I'm not surprised. It's a good one that's broken out this top resistance line of 80, 95, 95, 94, and rally up to almost 1 naira. Then profit taking is what we're seeing now. It's very, very good. There's no cause for alarm. Fortunately, it's part and parcel of the market at any given time. I always say that you don't panic when there's profit taking in the position where you are. Another one we're going to look at, let's look at what is happening in Buffalo before we call the class a day. Like I said, don't forget the coming master class is very, very important for you and me to be there so we can take advantage of what yeah, food is correcting. Let's see what it is this hour. On the day chart, you can see clearly that food is below the T line. You can see where it is now. You can see that the strength is weak. You can see there's no very weak and already looking down and below what the dotted line. I can say this is the line that you cross. You can see 20 fully. You can see that money flow also is not so looking too good. But let's look at 1 hour chart for the food to see exactly what is happening in the food. On 1 hour chart, also saying that yes, it's trading also down below the T line, and you can see that the true strength indicator is really, really weak where it is now, and money flow below 20 to read around the 10 point something point, was still looking up gradually. But I'll tell you, this is not enough to say that you want to wait to see where the stock will make a U-turn. Once it confirms that U-turn, that is where you can buy. But I'll tell you, if you want to look at it, let's quickly look at the 1 week chart for this stock to know exactly what it looks like in a week chart. You can see even on the week chart, it's below the T line. You have to also be very careful in this kind of stock, this kind of position. That's why a day chart and 1 hour chart is very, very important. It always give you where the stock is going. If that is what it takes for you to invest wisely into charts, combine your analysis with your fundamental, especially as we are seeing any season ahead of us now. I believe that a good investor should start positioning in those stocks that will know that their dividend yield in terms of their payout for interim, and also at the end of the year, for those that are long-term investors, this is how to invest. You must take advantage of what we call, I mentioned it earlier, I look at what we call take advantage of the Naira cost, averaging to take position. Now that we're seeing prices are pulling back, you can now get more units, especially if they are already at their strong support level. That any moment from now, we might see a reversal when either result in the market or when another positive market information in the market. That means you have to keep your eyes to know exactly when the stock is about to make a U-turn. Once you confirm it, that's why at this point that you are buying, you buy what in stages. You don't take full full position actually. You take gently, take your position, slowly, take it. Then once you confirm you're already there, you can now be averaging off. But now that we are seeing that market is about to rebound, you can see that compare what we saw yesterday about almost 1,000 something for a day. Today we are seeing 200. It's fine. Let's see before the market close if it will rebound or stay at this level. But I'm keeping an eye that before the market will cross down the 50,000 mark to enter 49, we might see reversal. Let's watch what the market will do before the close of business today and for the rest of the week. Yes, I will say big thank you for your time. And don't forget, anytime we share this link, share with your friends and let them also connect to the class so that they can also have insight of what we are discussing. The more we invite more people to the market, the more attractive, the more better for every one of us. That's why you need to share the link anytime we send to you or you see it on the group. Also, the subscribe to the YouTube is very, very important so that you can get other updates from the other source. Yesterday I was in another studio, another to give investment education. All this will be uploaded in that YouTube so that you're getting insight of different angles on what we are discussing. I will guide you to make informed investment see how it's going to impact your portfolio positively, and that is what the essence of learning, and that's the essence of this life class and other classes you have, so that you take informed decision and your portfolio become better and your bottom line also improve. So that also boosts your confidence when you are trading. Once you are making money in the market, you are seeing your error, you are making money, you see you become an expert, you know where you made. As I said, document how you are making profit, how you are making loss, so that at the end of the day, how you are making profit will become a strategy that you will apply going to the future, because you have mastered that strategy, because as you are implementing it, you are writing down, it gives you an idea how to invest, and that is how to become an expert and also become a guru in your investment. You can trade and send your money at error at any given time in any market cycle, because you understand how the market operates. Another that dynamic and that market movement to help you to make informed investment decision. I say thank you here and look forward to see you at the master class coming up July 2nd, 2022. See you. Have a lively trading session and enjoy your day. Thank you and God bless you all.